Maybe you've heard that Hebrew and Arabic are written entirely in consonants. Wrong. Here's why.
You're back in old Phoenicia, where it turns out the Greeks aren't the only ones looking to buy a vowel. Your contact in town is still your merchant frenemy who reminds you of how she traded your consonant alphabet across the ancient world. That abjad spread to every language with even a passing resemblance to Phoenician. Every town from here to Carthage has some version of her abjad. Spot the Egyptians, those stuck-in-their-way traditionalists. Initially, these Semitic speakers loved it. They were proud of it. But the days are turning to years, and that love grows cold. They grumble that they're stuck with these consonants. Just consonants! Clamoring for vowels, they get desperate and grab a few characters to stand in for a long sound. Take a look. This symbol is originally the stop between ah. This one's a y, a ya sound. And this is a wa. But they're about to become not these things, thanks to major moments in the history of writing. This moment hits you twice, because it brings up both an innovation specific to Semitic scripts and a more general principle that kind of bends the rules of the alphabet game. First, it's worth reiterating that abjad writing systems are viable ways to write and read a language. They work. But with one obvious shortcoming, those missing vowels can create ambiguous situations. But what if, instead of writing every vowel, we just had a few helpful hinters that suggested the presence of certain kinds of vowels? Take this letter, w. Actually, they called it wow. Wow. Now imagine that we keep using it in words that have the sound w, but we also extend its use, placing it between consonants for the similar enough vowel sound oo. In the old abjad, you'd have to write soon and sun with the same characters, s plus n. Everything else is vowels, and we don't have those. But suddenly, our extended w comes in handy. Sun doesn't have that oo sound, so it's still s plus n. But soon does, so we add in the w. Do the same thing with ya, which can double as a long I, and this quirky catch-in-your-throat pause between uh-oh, aleph, which can double as a long ah, and you end up with 3 handy vowel suggesters, the Matres lectionis. These helpful mothers of reading that show up in Aramaic, Hebrew, Arabic, and Syriac. But these mothers don't leave their consonantness behind. They still double as consonants. The abjad traded the ambiguity of a vowelless existence for a new kind of ambiguity. Depending on context, each of these matres may be a consonant or it might be a vowel. One character, multiple sounds. This is a huge trend in alphabets. Why invent new characters when you can reuse an old one? Repurposing consonants for vowels here and there won't satisfy everyone. These bickering scribes aren't content with matres lectionis. They're not just trying to tell sun apart from soon. The bickering scribes are bickering over how to read one of their most treasured sayings. One says that it's such a fine point, you wouldn't understand unless you were incredibly well-versed in his language. But he makes an analogy for you. Write the word news in a consonant-only alphabet. It's NWS. Fine. Now imagine that someone comes along with their fancy consonant-vowel hybrids and spells the word noose. NWS. Wait a second. He shows you a cheat sheet he's been keeping. It's so easy, he says, pointing out the little dots and dashes above and below letters to keep his vowel straight. Put them here for an ah, there for an a. You can even add them below one of the long vowel things if you need to distinguish, say, an e. Nobody's confused. That's it. He won't tolerate the vagueness any longer. Effective immediately in all important texts where clear reading matters, everyone's to use this method. And so, for generations, scribes would mark vowels above and below the consonants, writing vowels in what was once a consonant-only alphabet. But as much as the pious and students swear by their dotty vowels, modern Arabic and Hebrew speakers stick with the simple consonants plus the extended consonant vowel mothers. The optional helper dots get thrown in like a life preserver for struggling learners or careful text, but grown-ups don't need them anymore.